Amritpal Singh, has he been arrested or is he still on the run? What is really going on? Last couple of days, there have been a lot of demonstrations, some of them violent, across the world. We've had demonstrations in New York City, in San Francisco. In fact, in San Francisco, they damaged a fair amount of property, like glasses, front glasses were damaged, and there's a lot of people. In fact, even as I make this recording, there are a lot of people assembled and shouting slogans, pro-Khalistani slogans. And we also saw what happened in London, where they tried to tear down the Indian flag and that was restored. So what is really going on? Is this Amritpal just one character on which trying to revive a movement whose life is slowly but steadily ebbing away? Is that what is happening? Well, I would think that there is some semblance of truth in what I just said. You also saw in January, there was a Khalistan referendum in, of all places, Melbourne. And there was another one in Brisbane just a couple of days ago. The Melbourne had a few people, perhaps a significant amount of people coming in. Brisbane was a damp squib, I heard. So you look at all these different things. Demonstrations, trying to put up a big deal, trying to make this arrest a big deal, and all this is being done by a small group of people, and they are trying to use the same toolkit technology, toolkit methodology to try and whip up passions. The whole idea, in my opinion, is to try and raise tempers in Punjab so that the state will stand up. But this so far has not been successful, as you will see from the slide deck that I'm about to present to you. This was put together by OSINT WA, but I just wanted to touch upon a few of the slides, not all of them. I'll give you the complete thread reader link. You can go and read the entire stuff. I'm just going to touch upon that to try and tell you how people try to take up one issue and try to make a big deal out of it, try to whip up passions and try and see if that will stick or not. So here we go. Who is propping him? Amritpal Singh, as of now, he has still been on the run. We don't know where he is. So we'll leave it at that. I'm sure something will happen soon. But this person is just a taxi driver from Dubai who imported as a new face of Khalistan. The guy comes to India, gets married even, and then suddenly he is being propped up. Now, what exactly is his modus operandi? Who is behind him? Who's propping him up? And these are questions that are being asked, but just look at the trend map here as to how many people are trending in support of Amritpal Singh. So 10,000 in India is understandable, but why 6,000 in the United States? Why 1,000 in Canada? Why several hundreds in France of all places? So here we go. If you look at all these politicians, Jagmeet Singh, Heather McPherson, Randeep Sarai, Jasraj Singh Halan, Tim S. Uppal, Sukhbal Sidhu, Ikwinder Singh Gahir, all these people have been tweeting away furiously. You can tweet, there is nothing wrong in it. You can even express solidarity with a certain concept or an idea if you do it within the bounds of the law of that place where you are doing the demonstration. I have no problem with anyone saying that I believe in this concept or that concept, but it has to be done in a peaceful manner without hurting somebody else's life, somebody else's property, somebody else's possessions. That is the point here. Now, all these gentlemen and lady have been tweeting away furiously. The amazing thing you will see is that almost all the tweets are identically worded. Does that mean that they have a network who is basically taking over their handles and then they are putting out, copy pasting the same thing? Just take a look at some of the tweets that we have captured. This is all from the OS into our research. But it is very, very damning the way you can see the same stuff again and again. I am troubled. What is happening in Punjab? Deeply concerned about news reports coming out of Punjab. Deeply concerned. Everywhere the same thing. But by the way, Mr. Jagmeet Singh is very, very concerned about what is happening halfway across the world in Punjab. Did he not also throw many of the Sikh drivers out when they were protesting, that truck protest? 60% of the truckers are Sikhs. So essentially, he stuck it to them because he is part of Trudeau's government. So they essentially froze all their bank accounts. This is an opportunistic moment for them. And clearly, they have taken money from somebody, we don't know who that somebody is, that is forcing them to put out all these tweets. Again, whatever I told you about people in American city councils who were voting anti-CAA resolutions. Same thing. It doesn't bother me. It is somewhere across the world. So let me just go ahead and do it. That's one possibility. I don't know. I leave it to you to get. My question is, Canada has no business putting its nose in. As a politician, I think that's very, very dim-witted. Do you ever see Modi come and tell Canadians that you've done something wrong here, you've done something, what is happening in the... Did he say anything about what happened after the trucksters were all broken up and their accounts were frozen? Did he say anything? No, it's because it's an internal matter of Canada. Why can't these politicians show some maturity? That's all I'm asking. Now, this is the more interesting thing. There are 1,739 Twitter accounts created between the period March 15th to March 19th. As of now, it is still 19th here in the United States. So I'm taping it. But look at the steep curve. And I'm going to give you even more details. So the highest number was created on March 17th. That was day before yesterday. And that is actually 16th for us. And how did these things get created? Because Amritpal Singh was, trying to be arrested from yesterday. So they knew. Did they know beforehand? And look at the number of accounts getting created. The bulk of the accounts were created from the 15th of March, 16th of March, and 17th of March. So clearly, some people who were doing all these things had an idea that the arrest of Amritpal was imminent. So that begs the question, who is leaking all this information? And that's a problem for the Punjab state government to figure out what is going on. At the same time, all I'm saying is this toolkit idea, I think that has been badly exposed, and it is time these people realize that they should not be poking their noses into some other country's business. Clearly, Canada is a big country, but if you really look at where the population lives, it is just 60 to 100 miles north of the United States border. After that, it is completely no man's land. It's too cold. The terrain is very, very rough. It's very, very difficult to live beyond that. And even here, some of the places get extremely cold. Victoria is an exception because it gets the Pacific warm water, and therefore British Columbia, Vancouver, Victoria, those places are a little bit warm. But the rest of the stuff is really, really cold. And why is Canada so besotted with Punjab and with Amritpal Singh? And who is this guy? I mean, if you really want to create a movement, I would, to go back to grassroots and really create some awareness and say why what is needed. And this is a clear case of ISI propping him up. I think this is what the government knows now, the Indian government knows, and that is probably why he's on the run. I don't know. I'm just making a guess here. Because if somebody gets arrested in India, you get the sympathy card. You get more attention because of that. But in this case, clearly that has not happened. I don't know why. So maybe there's a black and white case. That's why this person is afraid, and which is why he's on the run. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications.